Good morning, YouTube and Facebook friends. It's May 6th, and I'm going to explain my trip that I'm going to be leaving on May 8th, which is this coming Friday. After going cross-country last year on my bike by myself, it was fantastic. So I decided in September to see if I could go all the way across the country, because I forgot about Alaska. So I'm going to attempt to go from beautiful Dallas, Pennsylvania, up to Fairbanks, Alaska, on my Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, all by myself. And we'll see what happens. Last year I had reservations about making it because of my Crohn's. And if it wasn't for my Crohn's, easy schmeezy, I wouldn't have a problem. But I was able to do it. I'm finally surrounded by good doctors after being trapped in a failed healthcare system, and I'm on my way to recovery, although I don't feel good 75% of the time. There is some progress internally, which is good. So the Crohn's is the elephant in the room, and but I'm not going to be held hostage to 2 autoimmune diseases and spinal stenosis and chronic gastritis and bulging disc and a number of other things. So I'm going to attempt this trip thanks to a very special friend who has kept me motivated all winter and kept me believing that I could do this, because I almost called it off in February with the way I've been feeling. And so thanks to her and the great doctors that I'm surrounded with now, and Ramos Rheumatology, Dr. Ollie down at Digestive Care in Kingston, and the Johns Hopkins Medical Center in Baltimore. And all of those doctors, including my primary care, have given me not only given me the okay to do this trip, they encouraged me to do it. So, you know, of course, with some caution, and but my hair didn't get white by being stupid, so I'm going to attempt it. And but the Crohn's is just, eating is the problem, and then once I can control what I eat at home, but I can't on the road. But we're going to see how it goes. So this Friday I leave, and I'm just going to go day by day, and I'm hoping to do a video every day explaining kind of like what I did last year. I'm going to kind of limit how much footage I shoot because of the editing. I love editing, but I'm slow at it, and so I may do a video every other day explaining where I'm at, how it's going. I plan to do it every day, and but I'm just going to take it a day at a time. Each day once I get to my first destination, I'll see how I feel and go from there. Because I just don't want to be stupid about this. But most fears in life are paper tigers. So we're going to see how it goes. But anyway, these are my plans. We'll look at the map here. Okay, I got the map of the USA out here now. And so Friday morning, May 8th, 2026, I'll be leaving here in beautiful Dallas, Pennsylvania. And I'll be coming across central Pennsylvania through Ohio and around Cleveland. Then when I get to Toledo, that's about 500 miles, and that's about how far I want to ride that day. But my son lives right up in Ann Arbor, so it's only about another 40 miles, so I'll be going up. And actually, this is going to be the best part of my trip, is getting to see my son. I only see him 3 times a year in person, so I'll be spending the night in Ann Arbor and have dinner with him and his girlfriend, and that'll be fantastic. And then I'll make a decision how I feel, and if I feel good enough, then I'm going to keep going. And then day 2 will bring me down across through around Kalamazoo, and then down around the east side of the Lake Michigan, and then around Joliet, Illinois, around Nightmare, Chicago. Either I'm going to go around the Beltway or up through the interstate through the center But traveling alone, I can ad-lib constantly. I'll make my decisions minute by minute. So, but I'll get around Chicago, which I did a couple times last year, and it's always a big mess. But get around Chicago, so I'm going to be heading up, and then I'll get up to Black River Falls in Wisconsin, and that's where I'll be spending night number 2, and make my decision. If I feel good, then I'm going to keep going, and I'll come up into Minnesota around Minneapolis, and then up, and I'll just get into North Dakota, and I'm going to be staying in Fargo, North Dakota. And then the next day I'll leave Fargo, then I'm going to come up into in North Dakota here into the town of Portal, and that's where I'll be crossing into Canada. And then from there I'm going to get the Canadian map out, and we'll take a look at it on the Canadian map. Okay, I got the map of Canada out here, and like I said, I'll be crossing the border here in the town of Portal in North Dakota, and then I'll come up into Saskatchewan, into the town of Regina or city, whatever it is, and I'll be spending the night there. And then the next day, if I feel good, I'll make the decision, and then I'm going to head up into, I'll be coming out of Saskatchewan into Alberta, and I'll be coming up into Edmonton, and that's where I'll be spending the night, in Edmonton. And let me get the other map here. This is the map from the milepost, which is much better, more detailed. And we're going to look here. And this is Edmonton, so I'll be in Edmonton. So the next day, then I'm planning on riding up into to Dawson Creek, and that's right as you come into British Columbia, and that's the southern end of the Alaska Highway. So I'm really looking forward to this if I can get that far. So I'll be leaving Dawson Creek, and I'll be coming up and around Fort Nelson around. Then I'll be staying in a small mom and pop place in Muncho Lake, and I'll spend a night there. And then my plans are the next day, if all goes well and I feel good, I'll be coming up the Alaska Highway with all the animals and the beautiful scenery around Watson Lake, and I'll be stopping at Watson Lake, and I'll be posting a sign at the Signpost Village, which is like 3 acres of signs, and there's over 100,000 signs there from people that have visited. So I have a sign made up. I'm going to hopefully do that. So, and then I'll come up into the city of Whitehorse, and that's where I'll spend the night there in Whitehorse. And then the following day, this should be day 9, I believe, and then I'll come from Whitehorse and I'll come up through, and then I'll cross back into USA, into Alaska right here, and then I'll ride up to the town of Tok, and that's where I'll be spending the night. And then day 10, I leave Tok and I ride into Fairbanks, Alaska, and that's my final destination. So, and the North Pole is right here. I may stay there too, but I'm going to stay in Fairbanks at least. And so we'll see how it all goes. It's the trip of a lifetime for me, especially on the bike by myself. And I'm just going to take it a day at a time. And if I make it, then I'm going to make it back. But and I'll plan that out. You know what? I'm not going to plan it out now. I have a good idea how I want to come back. So, and then we'll just see how it all goes. So, hopefully a video every day. It might be a short one with just explaining what I'm doing. I'm going to try to shoot some footage, but it all depends how I feel and how much, because it takes a lot of time. And it's not just that. I got to, take care of the bike and do the chain and lug in all the luggage and lug it back out, and then figure all the gas stops and the fuel stations. And there's a lot to it. And then I got to try to eat something. That's going to be the big problem. So hang in there. Look for a video on Friday night. I should be in. Hopefully I'll at least make it to Ann Arbor. So we'll see you guys later.